Dad?
Aren't you sleeping yet? It's time for bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. What do you want to hear?
Something about an adventure.
Obviously, something about an
I
adventure.
think you know just the thing. When I was your age, my biggest dream was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared.
This way.
I stepped into the lobby of my uncle's house. It lay just across the
It's
hill from
cozy.
where I lived with my mother, your grandmother. She had tried to keep me from going, but I wanted to see if Fred was home yet from his latest adventure.
Yeah, who doesn't have a reactor at home? So we're setting the scene here. All kinds of exotic stuff this guy has. Postcard from Sweden. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. It's pretty warm here. 29 degrees in the shade. I don't understand the rest. Something about new life, some codes, some math. So this uncle is some sort of scientist guy traveling the world. Maybe this is about him. Probably everything is about him. Yeah, so I'm thinking Game Boy. Some Inception type stuff going on here. I think this is where I have to go. Yeah. Not enough pixels for the Netherlands. Yeah, so he's been to Sweden, but we knew that.
My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys. Greetings from Nepal, Galapagos, Kilimanjaro, the Amazon River. This was the first time he had left without a word, without sending cards.
Yeah, so this guy has a pretty sweet home. I don't know where exactly. Disposal system. Extraordinary expertise.
I had visited Uncle Fred's house countless of times, but in the locker, which usually was closed, I found something I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, so
It was an adventure
this is
suit.
what it's all about.
It resembled the
I
one that
think.
Fred used, but smaller in size. Curiosity got the better of me, and I tried it on. It fit like it had been custom made for me.
As it has been, maybe. Yeah, yeah. So this is a
The
typical
most
home, I think.
mysterious room
Yeah,
of my uncle's
definitely.
house was the observatory. There he kept his newest experiments, and right now it held a pad used for disposing of garbage. Uncle Fred had warned me not to touch any of his things. But, as I said, I was a curious
Very
child.
curious. Let's stand back a bit, maybe by the door. By the getting sucked in. Uh-oh. I can't look down. This is a good intro. I'm psyched. I'm excited. That's a pretty rough landing.
I landed with a crash, but thanks to the suit I wasn't hurt. I had no idea where the pad had taken me, but back then I didn't care so much about where I was going
That's a big jump.
or how I would get home. The suit
That's pretty.
protected me from falls on the ground, but not in water. I couldn't swim with this thing on. Best be careful.
We can make that jump. Get a running start. Easy. Power jump. Ah, that's what we did before. Hop.
I was sure that
Two
someone had
buttons.
been here before me.
to
Someone
jump.
had built these bridges and carved these
So
symbols,
it's a
but who?
guarantee
Where were they now?
that I'm gonna press the wrong one every now and then. Nice. The flailing of the arms. Looks pretty convincing, realistic. These are safe points, I guess. So we can go there, which looks to be forward, but there's also something here. We're gonna do some exploring. It's a big jump, so maybe I should get a running start with some aiming. Nice. We made it. It's a campsite.
How did you know Fred had been there?
Well, I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves. I knew it was him because the place was
I really like
littered
the
with empty packages of his
storytelling
favorite hiking
aspect
foods. Canned
with the
soups,
kid.
tube food, and instant noodles.
Tube food?
Father
That sounds
reminiscing.
gross.
Oh well, it's not
We're
that bad.
just making it all up.
One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard. We were stuck in a small
Truffle
cabin
mac
for
and
2
cheese.
days, and all we ate was tube food and cold canned goulash as well. Your grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
This looks to be kinda tricky. But we did it. We need a running jump here. Nice. And we saved, I guess. Ah, that's where we have to go, I guess. Yeah, we made it. We can do So this suit is pretty good. You don't need any ladders. What's this? Kind of lamp.
The power core I found activated the
Okay.
suit's
A
grappling
power
device when
core,
I picked it up.
obviously.
It must have been left here by my uncle.
Aim and hold. Oh, okay. So we can aim over there, I guess. Yes, we can. Oh, careful. So I can. Looks like we can go a bit further if it's. Oh no, just a flying rock.
The grappling device left a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled. I noticed similar symbols already there in the cave,
It's a nice touch.
and I was getting more and more certain that this place was where Fred had gone.
Excuse me. Okay. Okay. So I gotta go there. Oh, we bumped into the thing. Release it a bit earlier. Yeah. Can I get? No, we can't. Do this again. A lot of jumps still to go. I ruined it. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not the best platform player. But you knew that already, probably. So this is probably the way forward. There's some light over here. Maybe we can have some kind of seismic device. I don't know. Looks like we can only go back. Up. One jump. Up. One power jump. Okay. Oh, that's too high. It's too high. Power leap and grapple. Okay.
The adventure suit was fantastic. By combining a power leap with a grapple, I could
Nice.
fly long distances through the air at great speed.
So I'm gonna go there. Charge this. Nice. Don't need to grapple for that, I think. No, we don't. Ah, too far. Ah, I didn't get. Oh. Easy. Oh, not easy. Let's do it like this. Okay. Charge the jump and jump and we made it. Grabbing moving objects, you will follow along. expecting to see a moving object. Ah, there it is. Ah, nice. So we've come a long way. Well, I say we, but actually just me so far. Jump. Nice. That's pretty fast. Can I reach it? Yeah, I can. Nice. That's a sad guy. I don't know why he's crying. Let's once again go pretty fast, and then we have to go there, I think. Okay, this looks like it could take me a while. Or not. These just lamps, or yeah. There's something moving over there. First we have to go down there. Charge the jump. Up. Nice. Nice. Thank God for in-air steering. You can do that. He has a special suit. Charge and run, and I obviously could have just grabbed a sec. Nice. I like that. Good, that's pretty fast. With where? Okay, so purple there, purple there. No. Damn it. Got a bit more velocity. Yeah, we did it. Look. Careful.
I found a strange gizmo.
A gizmo?
Some sort of measuring tool that Fred must have built. It seemed to be done measuring though, so I took the results to give to
Touch
Fred.
the other one as well, probably. And made it. So I have a feeling they could do a lot of tricky stuff with this. Barely made it. We can do it. Yes, we can do it.
Did you ever see any of Fred's experiments yourself?
Yes, I actually helped him collect samples for his research sometimes.
To learn about them?
That's
More
right.
Storytelling.
We found all sorts of things. One time, we went to the forest and found a small pool of water that was full of eggs.
Eggs? Were there chickens in the forest?
No, not chicken eggs. These were small and jelly-like. Hundreds of them. Fred told me that they were frog eggs. He was in for a surprise though. Guess what happened?
What? What happened?
Well, he took some eggs back home, and one day, Fred woke up with bites all over his body. Turns out, it wasn't frog eggs after all. It was mosquito eggs.
Ah, poor Fred.
I know. He did find real frog eggs eventually. He told me that they were very, very special, but I don't know what happened to them.
So it's hard to imagine that Fred was actually better than us at this. But I'm probably gonna fall after I said that. Up. And yeah, let's forget that it's ever happened. Let's hang on a bit longer, see what happens. That's better. So we've come a really long way by now.
These blue lights. Did Fred put them here? Or was somebody else here as well?
Finish the level. Narrowly avoided the cave in. This is quite pretty. I lost my special powers for the moment. Wow, okay. Looks like some people actually live here.
Hello, who are you?
Yeah, some people actually live
You're
here.
not from here. Wow, you look just like Fred, but smaller, and with less hair on your face.
She knew Fred. I told her that he was my uncle and that I was looking for him.
What's an uncle?
I said that that I had known him all my life.
Really? Me too. I'll help you find him. I'm Madeline.
Me too.
The others
Okay.
call me Mad
So
Maddie
maybe there's
sometimes.
some time
I don't know
shenanigans
why
going
really,
on.
but you
They
can call me
age
Maddie.
really fast.
You've never been to the village, right? Let's meet over there in the square. I'll show you around. I bet you can get there easily with your suit thing. So, I'll see you there.
I couldn't believe it. An underground village inhabited
Okay.
by frog people, or more like salamanders. Either way, they walked like humans, they talked like humans. How is that possible?
Charge the jump. Yes, nice. Looks like there's nothing there. So we continue. This one. We made it to the village. Nice. So can I charge one in the air?
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
There's she is. And they're not all blue.
Hi! Welcome to my village.
Thank
This is
you.
the town square, and that over there is Fred's tent. I haven't seen him in a few days, though. Maybe our elder Samuel knows where he is. He knows a lot of stuff.
So
Mostly
wise,
boring
Elder
stuff,
Samuel.
if you ask me, but it's worth a try. Before asking him, though, you should check out the village. It's not so bad, unless you have to stay for too long.
Oh,
When you're done, go to the island with the windmill, and you'll see Samuel's coat from there.
this is Fred.
I'll go on ahead and tell him
Probably.
that you're coming. He's not much for surprises. Later!
I thanked Madeline and agreed to meet her later. It was strange. How could I talk to someone who was not even human and still feel like it was perfectly normal?
Okay. Sometimes they're kinda creepy. This looks like something Fred brought here. Yeah, they're definitely kinda creepy in how they move. Looks like one of those animated dolls. Looks like they got their stuff figured out. Having some fun by the campfire. Maybe not completely figured out.
It looked like most of the shacks in the village were built out of trash.
Ah,
Trash
yeah,
from
of course.
our world.
So he
It was
sent
after
his
all,
trash here.
a
Yeah.
garbage disposal pad that took me here.
How did I not figure that out sooner? So that looks like a dead end. So let's go there first. Oops, we don't. I thought for a second there was something to see there, but that was my own marking. Let's wind our way up. Yeah, this must be an adventurous people to build your village like this. And we saved, so maybe something's happening. Oh, saw that at the last possible moment. We continue to do there, so let's check this out. So this is all really pretty, I think. It's very beautifully made. the atmosphere. Oh, careful with that. Excessive jumping. Let's take shortcuts. Nice. Let's see if there's something more down here before we go on. Oh, that's cute. It's the girl and Uncle Fred. 3 little pigs.
Did Fred have any kids of his own?
Nope, not that I know of. He lived alone. He didn't really have any time for a family, I guess. He was always away or busy with his inventions. He could be gone for
Cute.
months at a time. I never knew how soon I would see him again.
Don't you think he felt lonely then?
I think he was too caught up in his projects to feel lonely. It seems like he found new friends in the village, though. Maddie seemed to be especially fond of him, taking after all that he did. Maybe Fred was like a father to her.
She didn't have a real father, right? If she was born from an
Quite
egg.
sure yet
That's
on
right. That's
where
another
I have
thing
to
we had
go.
in common.
Catch this rock. For some place I can land. Really, let's close left way. Really carefully, we're gonna make it. Yeah, easy. This rock and then down there. Charge the jump, running start. Terrible aim. Nice. Didn't even need the second grapple.
A stranger in our halls.
This must be Elder Samuel.
Our name is Samuel,
Our name is
and we will
Samuel.
do our best to assist you. Please tell us what brings you here.
I told him that I was looking for my Uncle Fred.
So he doesn't really
We should help.
speak
Do you know
in
where
the
he
in the
is?
story.
Fred left us without a word.
Just retells it.
If you aspire to find him, we can share with you a sacred crystal, a power core.
Yes,
Fred
please.
used their kind to power his suit. You can have it if you return our friend to us.
The crystal? Sweet!
Madeline, that was inappropriate. Your help will not be
Calm
necessary.
down, Madeline.
The crystal is not for you to have.
What? I want to help finding Fred. Why couldn't I?
Please, Madeline, that is impossible. None of us may enter the chasms. It is too dangerous.
Because
What's
jumping
the danger?
a few hundred
If Fred
meters
can do
into
it,
an
so
abyss
can I.
isn't
I
dangerous.
say this for your own protection, Madeline. You are forbidden from entering the chasms.
Just because you're afraid of what's outside the village
Nice watch.
doesn't mean I am. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be.
We apologize.
Aw.
It is true that the
Feel
law
sorry
keep
for
us
her.
safe. But she does not understand. Behind us is the
Mr.
power.
White?
Take it and go into the chasms. Find Fred.
I
And
don't
if you
know.
see
I don't know what you mean.
Madeline- Take care of her. Be safe.
Is this the park? So can I take it now, or do I have to find the Fred first? I can take it now, apparently. So now we can do
I felt
three.
a little uneasy about moving on into the
Rapples.
chasms. If it was too dangerous for Maddie, would it be safe enough for me?
1, 2, 3, and we go there. 1, 2, and 3, and no. Yes, we made it. Nice. So this is pretty fun, but I wonder if they got any more like puzzles instead of just jumping. Thank you. Why can't I grapple? Ah, okay. Nice. Is that sad guy again? One, two, three, land over there. Up. One. I'm gonna smash into it. Nice. Nice. So we're advancing pretty well. We took this. Yeah, so it's kind of sad that I didn't know to take the first machine, but it's alright. I'm not really collectibles kind of guy. But I'm thinking long jump over there, tag along maybe till there, land somewhere over there. Let's try that. Up. Can we? No, we can't. So just, is the timing just unlucky, or not doing the right thing? I think I'm probably yeah, so that's actually a bit closer than I originally thought. I'm gonna jump over there. Up. Catch along. No. Don't smash into it. Okay. I'm sorry, I'll try to be less boring doing the same thing over and over again. Can we yes, we can. Now I wanna catch that one. Did I did release it too soon. Ah, that's a pity. But now we got it figured out. Way too close to this, I guess.
Darkness swept over me as I left the glittering lights in the village behind me and headed for the ominous shadows of the chasms.
Ah, final jump of the level.
As I entered the chasms, it struck me how much darker it was in there. The shadows were black as ink, and although I tried not to be afraid, I couldn't help but shiver.
So
Was it
really
the
like
darkness
this guy
that frightened the villagers
narrating
as well?
the
Or
story.
was it something else?
I wonder what made these all the other symbols. I'm guessing we'll figure that out as we go. There, maybe? This looks like a spot that could do some storytelling.
Tell me something else you did with Fred.
Well, early one summer morning, Fred took me down to the lake to watch the mayflies. Everything was still and quiet. The larvae floated on the lake's surface and slowly transformed into beautiful mayflies. Fred told me that they had been living on the bottom of that lake for a whole year. and that they would only live as adults for one single day.
That's sad. What if the only day you were out of the water was a rainy day?
That would be sad indeed.
Can we? Yeah. So maybe these arrows point to like the story moments. We saw one when we heard the story about the mosquito eggs. So jump, 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 land over there. Okay. Maybe I can do a running one all the way to that one. Or maybe I can't. Okay. Let's try to get some more speed. Yeah. It's gonna say I should be able to touch that. Oversteering. Damn it. Jump. Catch. 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 And this is better. Still barely made it. Okay, so this is, of course, pretty fun. I was kind of hoping, yeah, I don't know, a bit more puzzles, more than just jumping. At least we're only just getting started.
Maddie?
Oh, Maddie.
I'm glad you came. Sorry about back there. I just get so frustrated. They cling so desperately to what they know, won't ever do anything new. It feels better when Fred is around, but...
I told Madeline I didn't mind, and I asked her what she was doing with the book.
Oh, this? These writings? It's like a secret language.
So maybe we're
They're
gonna
done by people who left
travel
the village
together?
long ago. They're called the
That
Strays,
sounds interesting.
but no one wants to talk about them. I started translating their language with help from a stray book that Fred found. This one says, "Don't move when the eye is open," I think. I wonder what it
When
means.
the eye is
Whatever.
open.
We should get going. Why don't you take me on your back?
Yeah.
It'll be faster if you carry
okay.
me. I used to piggyback on Fred all the time. Turn around and I'll hop up.
She was here before me.
You're not going to drop me, right? Okay, let's go.
Madeline climbed up on my back, and with the suit on, I could barely feel the extra weight.
I'll drop you.
The
like,
winding, narrow
just
tunnels
you,
felt like
but I'll
they were
definitely
closing in
drop
on
the
me.
both of us.
They were oddly long and twisting, almost like someone or something had dug them out. With Maddie on my back, I had to be careful not to bump her head on the ceiling.
Looks like we got a bit of a situation here. I don't know. Should we going forward now or we got a bit turned around? Is this the way to go? Or is this the way we came from? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So this is where we came from. Okay, let's try again. Jump. Good. It's pretty dark in here. Jump and fly. Or not. Try that again. Ah, that worked quite well. Better than I expected, to be honest.
Well, old life. Let us start anew. The Strays were ordinary people living in the village long ago. They disagreed with the old traditions and left to form their own village, or they were thrown out for misbehaving. The stories differ a bit.
So these markings usually show what we have to do. And the question is, of course, can I actually do this? In this case, we
Seemingly
can.
bottomless pits loomed below us, everywhere in the cave. The further we got, the more I felt like what faint light existed down there was getting fainter. I was really glad that I wasn't alone.
So the stories actually. Okay. We need to do that with one last jump. Okay. I'm gonna jump there and then catch the first stalactite. Yes, nice. Okay, this is good stuff.
Beware. Of what?
Beware, there be monsters here. Is this actually where we have to go? No. Just call another secret. It's a nice feeling to be flying around.
What was
Just
that?
a little weird.
I had never heard a creature sounding as terrifying,
Oh,
and I
alright,
imagined it wouldn't be happy about
Creature.
visitors.
apparently. Jump and jump. I'm sorry, Maddie. Jump. Fly. Fly. And do a bit better now. Nice. Ah. Story number 6, somewhere over here. Yeah, so this is the way forward, probably. We're gonna listen to some stories, unlike Uncle Fred, because there's no markings on the rocks here.
You really missed Fred, didn't you?
Yeah, I sure did. I used to go to my uncle's house every single day after school to check if he was home. I loved it when he was. I got to help him with his inventions, and he told me stories of his adventures.
Like you and me, Dad.
Oh, yes. My mother didn't like it, though. She didn't want me to be there at all. Called it too dangerous. I didn't understand why then. It made me upset.
But Fred and Grandma were brother and
Got
sister.
it.
Why did they fight?
They weren't fighting, really. They were just different from each other. I longed for the time when I would be old enough to follow
We're back.
along on one of Uncle Fred's expeditions. But my mother never let me go willingly. Fred assured her that it would be all right, but she never seemed to stop worrying.
Like mothers do. It's alright. Get some more seismic readings. Oh, oopsie daisy. Forgot to actually jump. Let's see if we can finish this level before calling it a day.
See that glowing plant over there? I
This
bet
one?
something will happen if you use your grapple on it.
Well,
Told you so.
ah. Nice. Just try to hit all the spots and see where we end up.
It is really dark down there. You're not scared, are you? 'Cause I'm not.
Don't really know how to get there. Try to catch on to that. That's way too far. Oh, okay. Ah, there's a path. Nice. Okay, I like this. Let's do the plants. We need some juice occasionally, apparently. Where are we going? Where are we going? Ah, over there. Yeah, of course. I feel like we're going backwards now, but this also feels like too much of a convenient path to not be the way forward.
Fred has been with my people since the first villager was born. He helped us build the village, taught us how to speak, and helps us with everything. He taught me how to read and write as well. That's how I could learn to read the writing on the walls.
So there, and then should be quite a way along. No, take a leap of faith, I guess. And we need the beholder. Oh no, it actually has like a stalk. So it's just a giant worm.
Whoa,
Whoa,
dude! I think I
This isn't
figured
where I
out
park
what
my
eye
car.
that writing was going on about. Maybe we shouldn't charge right out in front of that thing. Remember what it said. Don't move when the eye is open.
Okay. So the whole world lights up when the eye is open. We should be able to avoid that. Kind of a feeling. Nothing to see here. Absolutely nothing. Go to sleep. Let's wait here. Wait for a bit till our friend goes to sleep again. Nice eyelids. Too bad for him. He has T-Rex vision. 1, 2, there we go. Yeah, he's waking up again. So, I still don't know who Mr. White is, Dawnshine.
Yes, we did it!
Sure
You're
did.
awesome. I knew you had it
Thank
in
you.
That was close. We had made it through, and I felt like nothing could stand in our way of finding Fred.
Nothing except this too narrow corridor.
Oh, another one. This one says, "Welcome."
Yeah, this looks
home."
like one of those bathroom tiles with with some sort of spiritual or welcoming message. Okay, so I'm gonna stop playing now. I'm still kind of on the fence about this game. I like the storytelling and the visuals, but the gameplay is not really doing it for me so far. At least. So this is gorgeous.
This is it! This is where the Strays built their village.
Okay.
And what a beautiful
I wasn't
place they
kidding about
chose.
stopping and playing.
It's getting late, honey. Should we continue tomorrow?
Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll see if I'm still deciding if I want to continue streaming this game, but if not, we'll find another fun one. So yeah, see you later.